Hello and good morning. My name is Conrad, and I'll be your host today. Um, it's wonderful that we are all here for Neuromatch 2021, and I have a wonderful group of people here, and we will be rotating people on stage. There's so many people that jointly bring you in Neuromatch Academy that we will bring in one person after the other so that they can tell you a little how excited they are that you're with us. So with that, why don't we start with our CEO, Kate Barnan, who's been our fearless leader as we were leading up towards this. Kate, tell us a little about Neuromatch.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Neuromatch 2021. We're super excited to have you all here working through such fabulous material that the massive number of NMA volunteers have created and brought to you. I participated. Neuromatch last year was an amazing experience, I have to say. Diving into the volunteer Slack and just working on things with other people while we were all stuck inside. And even now, as we're getting to go back outside into the world, getting to bring such a global community together. I've been super impressed with our outreach team this year and our curriculum team as they develop new material. And so we're just really excited to have the students started this week. You guys bring so much energy to NMA. So with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass off because like Conrad said, we have many people for you to meet today, not just me and Conrad. So I'm gonna start by passing off to Gunnar.
Thank you, Kate. So welcome everyone on my behalf as well. It's super exciting to see everyone starting to work on the materials, TAs getting busy, lots of questions, like the energy is definitely there, and that's like exactly what we want. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about what Neuromatch Academy is about on top of the course materials. So of course the course materials are super exciting and hopefully you'll appreciate them all. But a summer school is much more than that. A summer school is about community, right? So there's lots of events that allow you to essentially do networking, do community building. So within your pod, for example, within your super pod, within within the groups for the group projects, including the TAs, the project TAs, including the mentors that you will meet next week or at the end of this week. So there's lots of things going on. It's also not just about the science per se, like the actual techniques, the toolkits that most of the days are about. It's also about how to think about stuff, right? When you want to learn a new toolkit, you all can find like some resources on the internet. You can all open up a book and essentially go like, okay, I want to learn whatever, how convolutional neural networks work. Fine, and you'll find lots of resources that are great for that. What you will not find easily is information about, hey, if I have a question, how do I choose my toolkit? How do I actually approach the problem, right? How do I actually do the science? How do I do modeling? How do I create like machine learning pipelines, et cetera, et cetera? And this is really the meta aspect of science is really what we hope to bring across throughout NMA. And this is also why projects are so important. And I hope that most of you, if not all of you, if you can do it, participate in those. So with that, I'll just hand it off. And I think Ella is going to say a few words next.
Hi, everyone. I am Ella Batty. I'm the curriculum lead for the Comp Neuro course, taking over from Gunnar's wonderful work last year. I'm so excited to see everyone here and to hear about all your favorite foods. So I just wanted to talk really quickly about like the curriculum in NMA Comp Neuro. So we're so excited that you're all here, ready to learn, and very enthusiastic about learning based on the Discord and all the questions we're getting. But I do just want to make sure everyone doesn't stress themselves out because you are trying to learn. Some of you are coming in without knowing much math, much neuro, much Python, and let alone Comp Neuro, which is the main thing we're teaching. So it takes a while to learn all that, and 3.5 weeks is a tall order. So I just wanted to kind of reiterate our message yesterday from the Discord, which is that focus on the bigger picture is good. It takes multiple iterations to learn material, but we want you to come away from the course knowing sort of what you don't know almost, so that you can go then launch into further study yourself. So you get a broad overview of the course, you develop your interests, do all the other stuff Gunnar was talking about over summer school, and can then go study or do research. And so to prove to you that it takes several times, I'm going to show my embarrassing graph I've made of me learning linear algebra, which hopefully you can see.
There it is. Let's make this full screen.
All right, I'm really embarrassing myself here. So this is my understanding of linear algebra. It took me about 5 iterations of seeing it to learn it. I took a college class, forgot everything, learned it in grad school, kind of remembered things, but still didn't really understand everything fully. Then learned it again for internships. Then finally, I actually taught it in a college class, and finally, I think I nailed it. So this was my path to understanding linear algebra over years, and I asked you to do it in 3 hours. So you can see that you are not going to understand everything all at once right away, but hopefully you'll take away something from each day and, yeah, learn a lot still.
I mean, I want to emphasize that for me, there's a big difference, which is it never quite saturated at the upper max.
That's true. I was a little generous to myself. But I'm the one who taught them linear algebra. I wanted to convey confidence to them.
Well, it was wonderful.
All right, so with that, I will give it back to Conrad.
Oh, great, yes. So I think the one thing that before we keep talking with more people that I wanted to emphasize is how much this is really a massive teamwork of a big team that's behind everything, and also by all of you. Like you're all getting together, learning together. And it's this community, I think, that really is the difference. No, people say like, yeah, we have good materials. Like, yeah, we have materials. But that's because there's lots of people working on it and lots of students who made feedback and told us how we were like not as good as we should be. And so I was hoping that maybe we should, as a group, just celebrate a little, like the miracle that is Neuromatch. Great. So let's maybe immediately talk about some of the polls. So we asked you, how is NMA, and to everyone who like missed that, I didn't come up with these answers. So, and I'm thinking about this for the first time. So the first thing is, you don't think that it's too easy, and I would have been surprised by that. Most people chose NMA, what? Brains. And I think it's an interesting reference. Like zombies in America, they go around and say, brains. Zombies in other countries don't do that so much. But like, I like that mind state. I suddenly remember from last year that I was very much feeling in the same way. Some of you are too sleepy to select. Wonderful. Why am I doing this to myself? I promise it will get better. Not like it feels like it's so much at this point of time. And like ultimately you will get through it. Talking about zombies, there's Zombies and Brains. For people who haven't seen that yet, there's like a super cool book by Brad Wojtek and Tim Vestinen, which is called Do Zombies Brain Dream of Undead Sheep or something. It basically teaches you everything you need to know about the brains using zombies and American zombie movies as examples. It's just like, it's just very much the kind of thing that I find fun. What else? We should let's put another poll live. Give me 1 second here, and this one's going to be more controversial. I also see that people want merchandise, and I think that's something that we need to start working on as soon as possible, because as you saw, 3 of us are wearing our Neuromatch t-shirts. Do you guys all know what's at the back of them? Okay, it's all mirror inverted, I think. It says it won't be much work. That didn't quite work out the right way. So let's see. We have like a whole batting list here. I'm trying to bring a few more people on screen, but you're all welcome.
But in the meantime, we want to see Ella's dog.
Yeah, everyone wants to see Ella's dog. Ella has the most amazing dog here. Like Ella, tell us a little about your dog.
His name's Leo. He's 1 year old. So yeah, he was a puppy during NMA last year. So I got all the volunteers to help out by sending them pictures of him. So he's been integral to the NMA efforts.
Nice. No NMA without the dog.
Yeah, he's our motivator.
He is the motivator, and not only that, but if I remembered right, you have 2 copies of the same dog. Is that right?
I do. Do you want to see the other copy? He's the older version. The other one. This is Winston.
There's the other dog. So we're working on some tech issues in the background. Let's go back to the polls. Who will win the Euros? And what do we see here? A few people say that they must be American, that say football is where you throw balls. That is very weird. Italy seems to be the big favorite. Well, let's see how things turn out. I'm still trying to get some people. So who would like to briefly come on stage and just tell us something about life or the universe or all the rest? Come on, someone feel free to come on stage, tell us about things. I'll just invite a few people. Unfortunately, we are at the maximum of people who we can have simultaneously on screen. I'll start kicking off a few people with apologies to them.
I have to give a talk, so I think this is a good time for me to exit.
Hello, everyone. See you, Brand.
Yep, bye.
Cool. And now we have space to invite a few people. So if I invite you, it doesn't mean you have to come on stage, but that means that you're invited to be on stage and tell us about Neuromatch or the world or anything else. Let me see here. Cool. So let's see. Oh, look here. Yeah, I invited a few people on screen. Crowdcast is already feeling us. Oh, wow, look at that. Mel, thanks so much for joining us. Who are you showing us?
This is Harley, and she just wanted to say hi to you.
Oh, nice. Hi.
Yeah.
That is such a cute cat.
Yeah, she's super cute and calm. I'm so happy to be part of Neuromatch, and she's here, so I didn't throw her. So I don't know what to say, but I'm super duper happy, and I'm happy with taking part in content part of this year. I just did some content review, and while reviewing, I also learned how to just frame everything in a way that people could understand and new learners could understand. It's kind of new realm for me. And as a TA and also support, I'm having fun by explaining things behind.
I want to say something about Mel. So Mel joined us as one of the very few first people of the Neuromatch movement. He was one of the first who would be like, okay, this is something I believe in. It was, I think, at the first Neuromatch conference. And since then, Mel has been helping us every step along the way. And like these participants that kind of like do these amazing things, I think this is what we're really celebrating as a community.
Thank you. And my participation is like Ella's learning curve. It's like I started very tiny and now in the content, and I plan to stick around.
Oh, wonderful.
Can I add something to this? So sometimes we talk about the Neuromatch magic. And Mel is one of those people who make the Neuromatch magic work. And the Neuromatch magic is essentially a random problem occurs, right, in the organization of the school at any time, really. And then essentially the question is, well, I have some feedback there. And then essentially everyone is like, oh, what are we going to do about this? And next you know, someone solved it. And Mel is one of those people who essentially stepped up and solved stuff. And essentially this is how Neuromatch got to exist in the first place, is motivated people essentially volunteering their time, stepping up, taking charge, and just doing things and making it happen. And so thank you so much to all the volunteers that have helped making it happen over the last years. You guys are awesome.
In any case, Mel, thanks so much. Why don't we get Arash on screen next? Arash is also one of these people that really started helping the Neuromatch Academy and the movement and brought his very own, very unique skills. Arash, we don't have sound from you at the moment. Okay, why don't we start with Deepak and then we'll get back to you, Arash, in a second. It's a notorious crowdcast problem. Deepak, great to see you here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Hello?
We hear you well.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi. I am a student and I am like enjoying the NMA, right? And being from computer science background, I wanted to learn the computational neuroscience, like the neuroscience part, and like it's amazing experience. Like, and thanks a lot to all of you. Like, you have put a lot effort in making the tutorial like the best possible they can be. Right, because I know this linear regression and all like from my previous knowledge, but here in every tutorial I'm like getting some other level of intuition. Thank you very much. Like, yeah.
Wonderful. Great. So good. Thanks for the nice words. See you later. Here we're waiting for Arash to come back. It's a notorious problem with Crowdcast that some people lose their audio. Arash, how's your sound now? No sound. Well, what can we say? I will. Arash, why don't you pantomime what you want to say and we interpret that? Okay, so you say that you really dislike Neuromatch Academy. Hold on, no, there was a heart, no? You said that you love the Neuromatch movement and the Neuromatch movement loves you right back. Wonderful, thanks you. Thanks for coming on screen, Arash. Good to see you. So let's see, who else do we have? Anyone, if anyone wants to come on screen, feel free to show your pets or sing us a song or whatever you like. But there will be more chances for that towards the end of the academy, when everyone will be even more tired than right now. So Gunnar, Ella, what else should we be saying for today?
Well, Gunnar, do you want to talk about the projects?
Yeah, I can talk about projects briefly. And really, Marius should be doing this because he's our project chief. But he can't join us this morning, unfortunately. He will be there tonight if you want to hear him talk about that. So projects are sort of like a unique feature of summer schools. I don't know if you're aware of that. Most summer schools have projects. And somehow you might wonder why. Why do we do projects? Like, it's so little time. What does it really do for us? So projects are like very multidimensional and cover a lot of things I said earlier about networking with your peers, about learning, having time to going in depth in a particular topic. But it's most importantly for us, at least at Neuromatch, a means for you to actively learn the meta modeling level. And so this is why we emphasize so much that the exact project you're working on really doesn't matter. Is it the topic of your interest or not? It doesn't matter. Will you be able to get real results? It doesn't matter. What really matters is that you go through, that you learn the thought process. And really it's a process. It's not just, learning how to do science. It's learning what actually matters, which steps should I not forget, right? And this is why we have these 10 steps, and they might seem super rigid and sort of like awkward sometimes and whatever it is. But those steps, even if you have to do lots of loops and go back and forth and at the end figure out, oh, you did this all wrong, you have to go back. These steps anchor your thinking, orient you to not forget what's important. I've seen so many projects in my career from myself and also from other students or people, collaborators, that essentially went nowhere. And essentially the main reason is that they forgot to ask a question. They were just interested in a topic and started doing stuff, but they had no real question, no hypothesis, no particular goal, aside from I want to understand. But then you're never done. You have no idea where to even go, right? So setting these things up, thinking about it carefully up front, doesn't mean that you lock yourself in, but it allows you to have a specific goal to pursue. And so this is why we think projects are so important. And I hope that you will have lots of fun doing those, learning with those, and also, of course, using those as networking opportunities with the mentors, the TAs, your peers, etc. And, learn something about the science maybe as well. That'd be cool.
Wonderful. So we also managed to get Tara on. Tara is one of the really big leaders behind Neuromatch Academy. Tara, tell us a little bit. And it looks like we have another lacking.
I hope you can hear me. Can you?
Now we can. Yes, we can hear you. We hear you now.
You can? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, hi all. It's really cool to see you. And yeah, to read in the chat. And it's really nice to read in the chat from all the students. And I've been spying on them in the Discord a little bit. And
Okay, it looks like we just lost Tara. The internet is, of course, a big problem, which I heard from others as well. So Tara has been doing wonderful things for the whole production of Neuromatch, and is just a wonderful person who's holding our community together. So why don't we continue with Marius? Marius, tell us a little bit.
Hi, can you hear me?
Very well.
Awesome. Okay. It's really great to see things come to life in Neuromatch Academy. Last year I worked on week 1, day 2, but then afterwards I couldn't really stick around. And now I'm on Discord and seeing people pick it up and respond to stuff, and it's so awesome. And I have to say that we made some big changes to that day, but they seem to work out really great. So I hope it works in the end. Yeah. And I want to stick around too and see what's going on.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Marius. We should go through a few of the questions just so that you guys see how asking us. Rishika asks if my hair looks amazing. I gonna ignore that question. It just started. It was the pandemic. It started growing like that one day. Alvaro asks if we can start using deep learning. What do you guys think? Can Alvaro start using deep learning? I think, Alvaro, there's a clear majority here. You can start using deep learning, but alternatively, you can also wait for a month, in which case deep learning will be much more natural, I presume, which is the second Neuromatch concept.
But if the question is like, are we allowed to even touch deep learning? Of course you are. The only message we wanted to bring across is that it is not a magic solution to every single problem you have, and you want to do your cool toolkit selection correctly. But of course, deep learning is an amazing toolkit. Otherwise, we wouldn't be teaching it in a month from now. But it's not an answer for everything.
Cool. The next question is a question by Nicole Visses. And you're going to see something very typical for Neuromatch. Nicole asks, we should make a Neuromatch song. And this is Neuromatch. What does that mean? Yes, we should. Who would like a Neuromatch song here on the panel? No, like, totally. we definitely want a Neuromatch song. What that means is, I think you just volunteered yourself to start producing one. Not only that, but Vani Gupta said, I would love to collaborate on this. And this is the Neuromatch spirit. No, people are like, here's a prom. And it's indeed a bad prom. Like everything else, even minor TV show has like a jingle or something, or like a song. Neuromatch doesn't have one, and it's like really, really, really embarrassing. And I'm totally with Nicole and Vani there. And now you two can collaborate and get us like the most amazing song that we can imagine. And that's how it usually really works. And that is the magic here.
Conrad, we actually have a competition involving songs. If you can bring Elnaz up later, she will tell us about it.
Oh, wonderful.
And maybe people can submit Neuromatch songs for that contest. That would be awesome. But yeah, with Neuromatch, if you suggest something, basically you can be the one to do it. So be careful what you suggest.
And I just invited Elnaz on screen. And I should say I need to be very careful that there's so many people who contribute to Neuromatch Walking, and so little that I can even understand. Now, like we have this Slack channel where everything's happening. These are hundreds of thousands of messages a day. It's kind of like, I don't understand what's happening. So that means that if people don't nominate the people that should be on screen, I will forget asking them on screen, and then people will be really angry at me afterwards. So I apologize already to all the people that I will forget to ask on stage, despite the fact that I should.
Speaking of which, you could also try Mohammed again. I think he's sorted his issues.
He sorted it. Oh, this is wonderful. That would be.
Hello.
Hey, Elnaz.
Hi. Well, I saw that people are bringing pets. My pet is not really happy of being brought to the camera. He hates camera. But whatever, we have to show off. We have a cat. And he doesn't listen. Okay, go. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good night. And well, I want to share my screen here about an exciting event we are going to have. And I apologize for gazillions of tabs that are open. Well, it doesn't let me to share my screen here.
It doesn't. Oh, hold on. I can solve that problem. That is Elnaz. This is just because we have too many people on screen,
yeah,
and I will randomly kick a few people.
It's okay. I don't want to share.
Oh no. Oh, you're back. Hey, Elnaz.
All right. Yeah. Well, forget about the sharing the screen. I can just announce it here, and we can follow it up in the Discord. All right. We have an event called Animators Got Talent. And what is going to happen in there? We have art contests, categories of art contests that one of them is going to be a work for you that we are going to be happy about it. We have music contest. We want you to have some and or even individual bands and record us some songs and play it for us and send it for us. And then we have public votes. Public, I mean all the people involved in NMA. And we follow them up in the Discord, the details of the information. You can find the details in the Discord, how and when you should send your songs. We have photography contest, a neuroscience in life, street, house, home, pandemic, anything. Be creative, take some pictures, and send this to us. And you vote for your talented friends, and then choose the winner. We have a stand-up comedy. Oh, sit-down comedy. You have to sit down behind your screen and make us laugh. Well, I'm really excited about this one, and I think a lot of funny jokes can come out of NMA events and days. I'm really looking forward for finding some talented comedians among you, which I'm pretty sure you can find very funny tips in us and all the teachers and videos and NMA staff that could make all of us laugh a lot. And the last one. Well, the poll about the t-shirt. You all want t-shirt, apparently. Well, you got to design it. The contest is designing the t-shirt. So we ask you to design something. And so that would be printable on t-shirts, not only t-shirts, on mugs and any other goodies that you can print your design like last year. And we choose the winner and announce the official design of NMA 2021, and we will be really looking forward for that. So get to the contest and start designing our t-shirt now. We are not going to work. You're going to do the work. Well, looking forward for it. NMAers Got Talent.
Wonderful. Thanks, Elnas. This is so cool. Let's bring up Mohammed. It took a while to make the technology work there. Mohammed, tell us a little.
Hello, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here today. So last year I learned about Neuromatch and I applied as a TA, and at some point I was not planning, like when they asked me to submit a video, I was like, this is just a lot of work. And then I got in this email from Tara and I'm like, yeah, you should apply and so on. And then I got in, and then once I got in, I thought about myself back at home when I was an undergrad. And then I thought, yeah, you know what? I would have benefited a lot of it from this when I was back at home, because such an opportunity to have this kind of education while you don't need to travel, that would have been really useful for me. So I thought, okay, next year what I want to do is actually be able to bring in as many people as possible who would be in the same position that I was thinking when I was an undergrad. So this is why I joined Outreach, and I was mostly focusing on underrepresented countries. And this year we have more than 100 countries in comparison to about between 60 and 70 last year. So yeah, we've got, I think, 116 so far. So yeah,
this is unbelievable. No, I couldn't believe when I was seeing the numbers that the Outreach team was reaching there. It's just unbelievable. It's so magical.
I'm still very disappointed you didn't get anyone from Antarctica. Seriously, you can't just miss the whole continent.
Yeah, we were looking at University of Antarctica. That's a real website. Not a real university, though.
Well, we always need to have some challenges for next year. So if any one of the students that are with us this year has ideas on how to pass on the word to the poor people spending Antarctica in winter right now, pass the word. Cool. We have lots of questions, I think, that we should start answering, and then we should probably wrap it up soon. Someone asks, how do you volunteer? We have a form that we use to bring people into the volunteer group, and we will make sure that we post it on a well visible place. I believe there may still be problems that Neuromatch Academy needs to solve this year. Then there was a question about how many students exactly are taking part in Comp Neuro. It's a shame that Kate isn't on screen at the moment, but I believe that the answer that Gergana gave of about 1,800 is correct. So it's a big group, and the deep learning course is similar in size. So we are a rather sizable team. How hard is it? Then we have a question by Ogo, who asked, how hard is it juggling being a support staff, being a TA, being an organizer, etc.? Oh, this is wonderful. Gunnar, Ella, tell us about it.
Like, have you seen like my eyes?
Norman. Yeah.
Like, it is, it won't be much work, right?
But Gunnar, how do you do that? Now, like, you're like, so you're a co-organizer, and you're like, and at the same time, you're a professor doing wonderful research in movement science.
Yeah, I guess my research is paused during the build-up to NMA. I'm essentially full-time working on NMA from May to end of NMA, pretty much. And I think it's perfectly worth it. And I'm very lucky to say that my administration supports me in this. And so hopefully you'll all benefit from that. But yeah, it is sorry, Ella, it is crazy to juggle like the different channels. As Conrad said, Slack channel has multiple thousand messages a day, literally. The Discord, if you're an organizer on the Discord, you see every single channel. So not that you have to respond and read them all, but it's a lot. And then, as you know, I'm also involved in curriculum development still. And Ella is kicking my butt for getting the materials in and all these kind of things. And yeah, it's all, it's all work and it's all fun.
So Mohammed, how do you handle it?
I don't. It just happens.
Something happens and it's fine.
So one of the things that happened during outreach, because I'm talking to people like from different countries in the world. So one time I'd wake up in the middle of the night and then I'm checking my phone and then I find, those responses that I got on those messages. Let's respond to them now before I go to sleep so that we can get these earlier. So yeah, excuse any typos if you have received anything from me that is like that. But yeah, I actually loved interacting. Like I generally love interacting with people, and it's really interesting to hear everyone's personal stories and talk with each other. So because usually some people I just end up having a meeting with them and then they just bring everyone else. Like, so for example, I contacted this professor from Birzeit University from Palestine, and now we have the only Arabic language TA. She is from the same university from there. And there's also a lot of students, and it will appear even more in the deep learning because they have this is a more of a machine learning competition. So yeah, it's really awesome. Like just once you start talking to people about NMA and they get excited, and then they come in and they bring everyone with them.
And I mean, like, at least for me, there's another channel as well that helps, which is NMA is innovating so much in the education space that it, in a way, for people that are in education, I think also helps us do other kinds of teaching better. Like how do you combine things, Ella?
Yeah, I was about to say, so I'm a lecturer and curriculum developer for Comp Neuro as my real job as well. And it is very convenient because I just steal everything from NMA for my courses. So last year I had a math tools course with all the collab notebooks the same way. This year I'm probably switching to a Jupyter book, coincidentally after NMA did it. So yeah, it does really show you how well integrated education materials can be, especially with more interactive learning. So that's really nice if you are at all interested in teaching to come join NMA and help out.
Wonderful. Yes, I think like everyone who ever get active at Neuromatch on the curriculum side, somehow it bleeds into all the other things you do on the education side, because by the size of the team and the way how the team really has this like, let's do this attitude, that's like so different to like the way teaching usually works, where you stay at home and you do your course and you're in front of the blackboard teaching it. It's quite a different situation. So let's go through a few questions. We should wrap up soon. Violet is asking, why are most of the group names animals? And I think that is simply a code issue. We are using, I believe, the cool names package from, it's like an existing package. I think the reason why they do it is because it's easier to associate yourself with an animal than with like a plant. I don't know how I'd feel if I was like the ferocious fir tree or something. I don't think it has the same ring as being like the powerful panda. Somehow that like sounds better to me. But great question. Someone asked, how big is the NMA team exactly? I think, and Brad answered, we have about 200 people, which I think is roughly the right size. How did you get the idea to create Neuromatch Academy? Well, Gunnar had been running Neuromatch, had been running this conference, this summer school Cosmo for 8 years, and for the last 7 years we co-organized it, and I think that that in a way the early beginnings of Neuromatch Academy were just us despairing about not being able to give that summer school, and then we brought in a lot of people who had previously organized things like that. And that's, I think, where we really then started moving quickly. Yeah, and Gunnar wrote a great article about it, which is in the question answer. Can we show our Matplot skills instead of art? Yeah, absolutely. Matplotlib or Seaborn, go for it. There's no reason why art needs to come from painting. And I'm not just saying that because I'm just so ridiculously bad at painting that you don't want me to paint anything. I hope our education system follows the NMA methods, is a comment by Deepak. NMA should reach more people. I want to contribute to NMA in the coming times. How can I volunteer? We will be putting up a nice link for volunteering. We will also ask all of you for your emails. And we like really desperately need a lot of volunteers for a lot of like things that at all levels, ranging from the super complicated, say, curriculum design or something, to design icons, to really simple things like moving people into the right pot where they should be. So in that sense, yes, we absolutely, it's essential for us that a good part of you participating in Neuromatch, if you like it, that you will come back next year, help us as volunteers make this be great. Will there ever be an in-person Neuromatch Academy? I am absolutely positive that there will be, because you can just do it. You know, like, you want to have an in-person Neuromatch Academy, just get together a group of friends and like get an in-person place, and there you have Neuromatch Academy. I don't think it's the strength of our team specifically to make that happen, but like that would be wonderful.
And in fact, one of the reasons why all the materials are perfectly open, including for commercial reuse, is that we want them to spread. We want people to take them and run with them and educate the rest of the world that we can't reach, do their own thing that works better for them, whatever it is.
Cool. I'll also be kicking off Gunnar here. Let's see. Please remind me in chat if there's anyone else that I need to ask on screen. But otherwise, I'll briefly go through the remaining questions, and then we'll be wrapping up there. Well, yeah, we did. Will there be an in-person? How many people answered? Because Gunnar said so on yesterday's survey. I don't know the background here. Does the NMA certificate include the project we would finish? It does include, as far as I know, if you did finish your projects. here, there was an NMA book rumored last year. Any news on that? Ogle, this is fantastic that you're asking that. It would be really useful to have a book like that that would basically project what the TAs would be saying. We don't currently have the team to make that happen, but if people are interested, please message me on whichever channel. I do think that for in particular, for people who can't take like 3 weeks of doing it interactively, a book would be super useful, and I would be very happy to help make that happen. Here, someone asked if we have psychologists involved in the design. We're working with some education specialists, but we're always looking for having more. But I think these were all the questions that we have now, and we run way over time. Let me just thank everyone who was here. Let me apologize for like randomly drawing people on screen and off screen, and let me apologize to everyone who should be on here. Now, in a way, everyone should be on here because so many people have done wonderful things to make this happen. And with this, I just want to end on that note. I mean, like, thank you for all the people doing this, but also thank you for all your participants. You know, like, you are making the field better, you make science better, and with your energy and enthusiasm, you're like really making the field better. And I think that this is what it's all about. Science is an endeavor that we do together. Learning together, teaching together, being there for one another, supporting one another is what it's about. And I think in that sense, we're building a better future for neuroscience and beyond. And with that, thanks everyone. Thanks for being here. Enjoy NMA. And I already look forward to the next opportunity for a party at the end of it.